Persistence, hard work, and creativity are just three of the ways I would describe my friend Jasmin Espada, but somebody actually called her the Joe Montana of public relations. Welcome, Jasmin. Nice to have you with us.
Hello, Carlos. It's so great to be here with you today.
So you must be a quarterback of sorts if you're the Joe Montana of PR.
I guess, I guess he, it was meant that, I think outside the box. So I would love to meet Joe Montana someday and, have a good picture.
Well, it appears that people think you are because, the public relations business is a tough business because you're always trying to connect people with brands and connect people with people and businesses and trying to grow their brands, get them exposure. Tell me what's particularly challenging about the job that Espada PR has to do and how you are involved with that.
Well, some of the challenges are to actually understand the product or the talent that we have in front of us. They're all different and they all have a very unique story. And it is our job to find that story and bring it to the world. But it's not like a cookie cutter kind of, okay, well, this is where we're gonna do. It's more like, let's see what we're gonna do with this particular talent and then go from there. But it's always very different one from the other.
Yeah, I think being a public relations person, you have to be very strategic. And tell me about your early career and how you actually strategized your way to finally opening your own agency. So tell me a little bit about the path and how difficult it might or may not have been.
Well, the path started with the movie Blood In and Blood Out. I was consulting and I was working with iconic publicist Catherine Moore. Mm-hmm. And that was kind of initiation by fire because that movie was shot in San Quentin prison and there were many challenges. The other day I was talking to the DP of the movie, Gabriel Beristain, and he reminded me that the crew had to sign non-hostage agreements to go film. I mean, wow. Hollywood, it really is the home of the brave. It's incredible. So from there, I started working in music, and then the touring became kind of a lot for me. I had little children at the time, and then I decided to work more on TV and film, so my kids could see me. And I even tried the homeschooling at some point, but that was, my girls, my daughters, Georgiana and Tatiana, were the ones, the inspiration, for me to actually jump.
Did you ever believe inside that you couldn't do what you set your mind to do, or are you just that determined?
I am determined. It's almost like when I opened Espada PR, I just took it that I was the only one and that I was going to have no competition. And then once you go into something with that mentality, doors open, you don't have the consideration of that there's impossibility there. You don't start with that. So I guess that had a lot to do with, and then I got a lot from my mom too. She was one of the first women judges in Puerto Rico. So I had this schooling of women of, very powerful and go get it.
Yeah, well, you've received a lot of honors. You're highly respected in LA. You're really one of the top movers and shakers in this business. And I think part of the reason that people like you so much is that I think clients have to trust their public relations person and their agency because there's a lot of sensitive information that goes back and forth that you have to trust the person that you're giving all this information to, and then you have to trust that person has your best interest at heart, right?
Absolutely. Trust is number one. And we always joke around that someday I'm going to write a book that is called Kiss and Never Tell. So the book will be blank.
Yeah, there'll be nothing in it. You go, what is this?
Nothing to read.
So what is particularly the most challenging thing? Because I think, a lot can be said about diversity and inclusivity and a seat at the table, as I've been talking for many years. But now, at least in the media industry, the Latinos are rising to create their own companies like we have at BEONDTV, like you have at Espada PR. So the seat at the table becomes less important. It's more important, seems to me, that we're actually running our own companies.
Absolutely. It's almost like, we're not asking for permission because I never did. I never look for agreement because you're not going to find it. So what you do is you basically start creating. We all have our own space. There is no competition for ourselves. There might be other types, there might be other companies similar, but you as a person, as a whole complete creator, you're unique. So it's just a matter of finding that niche. And in my case, on Espada PR, the niche was as big as the Grand Canyon. So that's the rest is history.
What is your hope for the future as you look at your company?
My hope is to keep empowering minorities and other ethnics. It doesn't matter the race, just empowering people to do what they want to do in life, to be their own boss, to know and to feel that the sky is the limit. That's what I want for people. I don't want competition. It's cooperation. And the more we get that message out that there is really no competition but cooperation, we will move forward as people, not just as Latinos or this or that, just as people.
Yeah. Well, Jasmin, you're an inspiration to us, and we appreciate your good work and your friendship, and we wish you much success as you continue with Espada PR. We'll put all the information on our social media and on our website as far as how people can get a hold of the #1 PR person that I know in Los Angeles, Jasmin Espada. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Carlos. For me, it's an honor to be interviewed by a legend such as yourself.
Thank you so much. It's very sweet of you.